welcome to a very poor video quality episode of Tractor Time with Tim. Our typical camera holdy thingy is taking a little bit of summer vacation. It's decided it doesn't want to work right now, and frankly, I'm also on summer vacation and feeling the same way, so I can't blame it too much. So as you can see in my shadow there, I'm holding the camera and I'm holding the mic. Time to plant sweet corn and potatoes. As you all know, that is my favorite thing that we do on Tractor Time with Tim. Probably one of the reasons that Tractor Time with Tim got started in the first place. So right now Dad's tilling the garden, which he kind of let grow up over the fall and the winter. I'm gonna say it was a cover crop. So good job, Dad, maintaining the soil, preventing erosion, doing all that good stuff. Proud of you. How do you feel about planting corn in the same location that we planted corn last year?
Well, that's not too bad. I mean, corn after corn's not so bad because you can put fertilizer on and take care of that. The potatoes year after year in the same spot concerns me a little bit because, you know, they can get some bugs and stuff in them, and we haven't had any trouble yet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed that, you know, we're really late getting our garden out because you weren't here.
That's the reason.
Yeah, I have to blame someone else other than me.
I think now is the appropriate time to start telling corny jokes. So we'll start with this one. Why can't you ever tell jokes to corn? 'Cause they've already heard it. 'Cause they're all ears. Yeah, there's a reason that I'm not into comedy or joke telling, and we're just gonna pretend that that never happened. Okay, kids, time for corny joke about corn number 2. What did the ear of corn say when someone gave him a compliment? Aw, shucks. Yeah, Mom, can you like pipe in some laughter or something? Because these really aren't that funny.
It's time to get Hoss down.
So you've gotten all this stuff out, Dad. What's the plan?
Well, we're going to make our rows differently this year. We're going to start with a heavy hitch. This just happens to be the Super Duty variety. And then we're going to use a potato plow or a middle buster to make our rows for our potatoes. Usually we use our Hoss. One thing is that some people have said we don't plant our potatoes deep enough. So the thought process is that if we use this, we can go deeper than we can go with Hoss. So this is the same shank that we use for the ripper. It's Jack the Ripper.
What kind of potatoes you got, Mom?
Bag of chip. So 10 pounds of seed potatoes. I tried to get 2 eyes on each piece, but it was kind of hard because we bought them a couple weeks ago and they were already beginning to shrivel up a little bit. So I wasn't sure sometimes what was eyes and what was just shrivel. But I think they'll grow.
We were thinking maybe less rows this year, Katriel, a little bit further apart.
Doesn't that mean less potatoes?
Yeah, it'll mean less potatoes, but there's only Christy and me here now.
Here comes the guilt trip. Digging these rows for the potatoes used to be kind of a pain. We would always measure how far apart they needed to be, and it would take a long time to make sure our measurements were the same on both ends, and then we would walk back and forth with the Hoss Wheel Hoe, which the Hoss Wheel Hoe really wasn't the problem. It was more how much time we spent trying to make sure our rows were exactly spaced correctly. But Dad seems to be kind of eyeballing it, and that's making things go a lot faster. So what kind of fertilizer are you using?
Starter fertilizer. This is 10-18-6.
And your fancy spreading tool.
This is Hoss. Now, if you haven't seen this Hoss Wheel Hoe, what an amazing rig. Now, usually we use it to lay off the rows, as we were talking, but some viewers have told us they want them deeper. But the reason I'm doing this right here is to essentially cover up that fertilizer a little bit so the potatoes are not right on it.
This is gonna be buckets of fun. Everyone take note. I put a lot of thought into my shoe choice for this project. I originally thought, I'll wear some tennis shoes, but then I realized that if I do that, not only are my shoes going to be covered in dirt, so are my socks and my feet. So why not save the shoes and the socks and just go with the feet?
I thought you were going to go with the flip-flops, the flip-flop farmer.
But Dad, the natural dirt, it's so earthy.
Now, one thing I will say is since we're only putting 2 rows and they're a long ways apart.
Don't follow the foot rule?
Well, do whatever you have to do. You can plant them a little closer if you want.
I grew up on the foot rule.
Well, wrinkle your toes.
You know, I think I'm gonna have to put my flip-flops back on.
You can't do it barefoot, huh?
No, apparently not. It's okay. These are washable in the sink. I'm forsaking the foot rule. You cut these tiny. Wow, this is
challenging.
Yeah, I'm not into a rhythm yet. I'm gonna have sore legs.
Yeah.
That is one big eye. I wonder how far he can see. Tell you what, Dad, we're never gonna be able to do anything in this backyard without somebody seeing or hearing it.
We got big eyes and big ears. That's what I'm saying. This is the rows I can lay off with Hoss. You know, I didn't take any time measuring between the rows this year. You think it'll grow?
No.
I don't know.
Main time waster of planting in the garden.
You're gonna plant 2 plantings this year?
It'd be nice, I guess.
I'm gonna retell this joke and hope that it makes it in this time because it didn't the first time and I'm angry. Where do you go to get chicken that's not quite so good?
I don't know. Where do you go?
Chick-fil-B!
Keep planting taters.
Dad liked it.
I'll get down here and get some really close potato planting action. Now what are you doing?
Well, we could use the tractor and those disc killers that we've got,
Yeah?
but I think I just want to use Hoss. He's feeling lonely. When I use Hoss here, it's still going to leave some humps on the side, but that's okay. Once the potatoes get up a little bit, we'll use that to hill them. So that's another reason I wanted the rows a little further apart. I wanted to be able to put a little more hill to them. Of course, Johnny can't straddle when they're very big, so we still may not be able to get a very big hill on them, but hopefully we can keep them from getting sunburned that way
Yeah.
as much. A lot of times our potatoes grow really close to the top of the ground, and so we end up sunburning a lot of them, or at least some of them. I kind of like it because they're really not too deep in the ground right now, but if you see all that extra dirt we got along there, that'll make a good hill later. I think it'll work fine. We really don't need them very deep this late in the season.
Would it hurt to push the dirt over them now, or you want to wait till they come up?
I want to wait till they come up and start growing so I can run over them and break them down with the low ground clearance of the 1025R.
Ah.
And that gives me a reason to complain that I need a newer, bigger tractor.
Don't you have something else that'll work?
Well, I'd have to have a bigger... I just can't imagine we can grow potatoes anymore without a bigger tractor.
Taters are cheap at the store. Just saying.
Now, if we were to do this on our southern Illinois farmland, this would be a disaster because rain would come in here and just flood this middle here, and that would not be good. Usually in there, you plant everything on a ridge. The more clay soils, you have to do that, but in this soil, quite frankly, I don't think you can go wrong.
I think he made fun of you one year when you got that much fertilizer in the row.
Yeah, I think there's kind of a double standard going on here. When Katriel over-fertilizes,
He makes a big deal out of it. When he over-fertilizes, he's being very quiet.
I'm just taking it.
can you fertilize me? I'm a bit short.
Great, now you're fertilizing the weeds.
All right, well, Dad throws fertilizer aimlessly. Let's talk about what kind of sweet corn we're planting. So last year, my parents went and visited forthegrower.com, like not the website, but the actual place. So anyway, we got some Syngenta Aspire Triple Sweet. So Triple Sweet is like one of the grades of sweet corn. So like Triple Sweet, believe it or not, is not the sweetest. You go up to like super sweet, like rot your teeth immediately. So this is like Triple Sweet. It's really like middle, grade sweetness. So like you don't like automatically have to go to the dentist like right after you eat it. This kind of corn, you can spray it with Roundup. You can spray this stuff with Liberty Link too. Whole bunch of pesticides. It'll kill everything but this. Best part about it, it's really pretty and blue.
Oh, cool. Well, he makes that look easy. I'm not sure, Tim. You're not taking quite as much time as normal. You think it's gonna grow?
If you don't waste time, it didn't happen.
I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm in a hurry tonight. Not wanting to fiddle around. Get her done.
All right, Dad, every 4 inches?
Yep.
So if you guys want to plant your own sweet corn and you haven't purchased any yet, you can go to forthegrower.com, and they have lots of varieties of sweet corn. They do have the traditional sweet corn that's non-GMO. It is not Roundup Ready or Liberty Link. They'll give you the rundown and you can pick your favorite kind. That's forthegrower.com.
You've seen us using the Hoss Wheel Hoe this evening. I'm going to use the disc harrow to cover the corn. I haven't tried that before. We'll try that now. The Hoss Wheel Hoe and all its attachments, this has got to be the best hand implement to use on the garden. No more hand hoe, no more rake. If you want to get your Hoss Wheel Hoe and accessories, please click the link right here in the description under this video, or go to my website, tractortimewithtim.com, and click one of the links you find there to Hoss to be able to buy your wheel hoe and accessories. That's the only way we get the credit. We'd really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you any more, and if you saw it here and learned about the wheel hoe here, we'd appreciate it if you'd order through one of our links. Thanks. Oh, look at that. I've always loved how this disc harrow works, but it works great. Look here. It actually left it a little better level than what the double plows does. But it'll only work on really nicely tilled soil. Disc harrow is not good for hard soil, but once you've tilled it, it's a really nice tool. It works a little wider than the plow, and it'll work to get small weeds out. If weeds get big, they'll go through it. They don't work really well in tall or tough weeds, but weeds that are, you know, less than an inch tall, when they're just coming up, you can hit it with that disc harrow. Right after planting, or you know, the first emergence of weeds, that's a great time to hit your garden with the disc harrow.
Hey Dad, you want to help plant corn?
I think you're almost done, Katriel.
I got over half a row left.
Yeah, you wouldn't have if you weren't windjamming.
It wouldn't be as much fun if I weren't windjamming.
Now that's true.
Our corn is actually left over from last year. The guys where we bought it from at forthegrower.com told us that if we didn't use it all, to put it in the freezer and then take it out. So that's what we did. So hopefully it will grow just as well. They said it would.
Sweet corn's expensive, so don't throw it away. Put it in the freezer. It doesn't matter whether you're planting GMO or non-GMO. Any sweet corn's very expensive these days.
So don't waste it. Freeze it. And then plant it with love.
You know, it might look like hard work, but this is the funnest part of all the Tractor Time with Tim stuff we do. I have all the good memories of in high school when we first started this garden. You know, it was my first hands-on experience with planting corn or any of that stuff, and then ag was something that I wasn't so used to, and now, like, I feel like I know so much more about soil and seeds, and I feel like this is like part of my world now.
You're outstanding in your field.
I am. High five.
Well, another sweet corn and potato crop in the ground, Katriel.
It's gonna be sweet.
You know, when my dad gets done planting his real crop every year, he puts his hat on sideways.
I don't have a hat to put on sideways.
I don't really know that we deserve
A hat on
the
sideways?
celebration for this, because our little puny 3 little rows and 2 little rows don't really deserve any big celebration.
But we had a good time, and that's what matters. You can give me a high five. Mom wouldn't give me a high five.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
Doesn't this wind know that it's bad for filming? It's all the wind in my hair.
Yeah. You trying to look like Justin Bieber?
I think I've already got that accomplished.
Ooh.